Okay, so we have gone through combining like terms with negative coefficients and using distribution. This time we're going to do rational coefficients. It's going to be really hard to use this tile model, so I'm probably going to distribute, unless something comes up where I can see how we can use the tile model. I'm just going to distribute the way I've been teaching you how to distribute before. So, oh, we don't have to distribute, so that's good. All right, so we've got negative 6/5 minus 2/3 v plus 4/15 plus 1/3 v, and now I'm going to move these around a little bit so that 1/3 v, excuse me, minus 2/3 v. So remember, we have to carry this kind of like this this sign. This is one whole set, and this is one whole set, and this is one whole set, and this is one whole set. You can't just pull this one and leave this sign hanging, okay? And then I'm going to have plus 4/15 minus 6/5. Okay, so I have all of these. I just kind of move this one up over here, and I move this one. I didn't actually move that one. Didn't move this one, and I moved this one over here. And I kept the sign connected to it, okay? So 1/3 v minus 2/3 v, I can now factor out the v, and I have 4/15 minus 6/5. So we're going to start there. So 1/3 minus 2/3. If I look at it like let's say I have a 1/3 piece here, okay? So I have a 1/3 little piece here, and I'm going to subtract two of those, but I can't subtract two of them. So instead, I'm going to do some zero pairs, 1/3 and negative 1/3, and another one, 1/3, and negative 1/3. So now I'm going to subtract 2/3 here. Subtract those out, and I have a zero pair. So that means I've got negative 1/3 left. And 1 minus 2 is negative 1. So we could look at it like 1 minus 2/3 v equals negative 1/3 v. Okay? That's another way to look at this. And here we need to have the same the same denominator. So I have 6/5 and I need to have 15ths. So if I have I don't think I should draw that out. But we have 6/5 and we want to go to 15. 5 times 3 is 15, but we can't just multiply like that. We have to multiply by 1. 3 over 3 is 1. So when we multiply by 1, nothing really changes, right? 5 times 1 is 5. 10 times 1 is 10. 100 times 1 is 100. And negative 6/5 times 1 is negative 6/5. So, but 1 here looks like 3/3. So we've got negative 18/15. So I have 4/15 minus 18/15, and 4 minus 18 is negative 14. So I have negative 1/3 v minus 14/15. That's what happens when we combine those like terms. And how can you do this in Con, you can either use this button or you can use the slash. I'm going to use the button so that, and then I'll press the down key, and then I'll press the right key. Okay, sometimes it's a little bit hard to get Con to do what you want it to do if you don't know what key to press. You know, maybe you're clicking here, click, 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 and you're getting really frustrated. Okay. All right, let's look at the next one. Combine like terms to create an equivalent expression. Let's write it out. 11/12 minus 1/6 q plus 5/6 q minus 1/3. And again, I'm going to look at these as blocks. And this one has kind of like an invisible plus on it. So we're going to carry those all around. I'm going to move the q's up front. I'm going to start out with this 5/6 q, and there's kind of an invisible plus on the front, minus 1/6 q. And then I'm going to move this one over here, plus 11/12 and minus 1/3. So let's combine these. That's 5/6 minus 1/6 q plus 11/12 minus 1/3. Okay, so we have 5/6 minus 1/6. That is 4/6 q. 5 minus 1 is 4. Plus, and we need to make these have the same denominator. So 3 times 4 is 12. So I'm going to multiply 3 times 4, but I can't just multiply the denominator. I have to multiply both. So I'm multiplying by 1, just like I said last time. So this is negative 4/12. So this is 11/12 minus 4/12. And 4/6 is equal to 2 times 2 over 2 times 3, and 2 times 2 is 1. So this is the same as 2/3. And this is 7/12. Okay, 11 minus 4 is 7. So I'm going to press this button, and I'm going to press 2, and then down 3, and I'm going to press right q plus, I'm going to press 7 and down 12. Okay, so we have 2 more of these. All right, so here we have combined like terms with decimals. 1.3b plus 7.8 minus 3.2b. And remember, I'm going to treat the sign like it's stuck on there, and this one has an invisible plus, okay? So I'm going to move this up here in the middle here. So 1.3b minus 3.2b plus 7.8. And then these b's go together, so I'm going to group them. Factor out the b. Sure, I crossed my 7. Okay. And 1.3 minus 3.2. 1.3 minus 3.2 is negative 1.9. Okay. So imagine I have some 0.1 tiles, and over here I have 13 of them. And then I want to subtract 32 of them, but I can't subtract 32 of them. I have to make those 0 pairs. 0.1, 0.1, and negative 0.1. Okay. The math teacher's going to kill me for not putting a 0 there. All right, and then what do I have? I have 32 of these. And we subtract out all of, subtract out all of these, and we're left with 32 of the negative 0.1s. And then 13 of those disappear because we've got 0 pairs for 13. And so I'll take 13 of the negative 0.1s off here, and I'm left with 19 of the 0.1s. So I have 1.9, negative 1.9. Okay. Adding and subtracting negative numbers is really confusing for almost all students. Oh, I said minus and I meant plus. Okay. Talking too much? Alright, so that means I'm going to have to go back and I'm going to have to do four questions to make sure I get 100% on this. Right? Even if I made that simple transcription error, talking while typing. 9/10 minus 2m minus 3/5. Alright, and remember I want to say these all come as kind of like blocks, okay? And remember there's kind of an invisible plus up over there. So I'm going to move this this block up right over here. Shift it up. So I'm going to have 7/8 m minus 2m plus 9/10 minus 3/5. Okay. And now I'm going to group these together. So I'm going to factor out the m, and I'll have 7/8 minus 2 of m. And I'm going to have 9/10 minus 3/5 of the 1s. I could put a 1 here, but it doesn't matter that much. Okay, so I'm going to I want to have a common denominator of 8s, and right now my denominator for that for that negative 2 is 1, so I want 8 on the bottom, so I have to multiply by 8, but I can't multiply only the denominator. I have to multiply numerator and denominator by 8 because that's multiplying by 1. 8 divided by 8 is 1. 2 divided by 2 is 1. 10 divided by 10 is 1. A million divided by a million is 1. Okay, so now I have negative 16/8. So let's try that. 7/8 minus 16/8 m plus, and I'm going to have to do the same thing over here. 5 times what is 10? So I'm going to have to multiply by 2. I have negative 3/5 times 2, but I have to multiply the numerator as well, so I've got negative 6/10. So this is the same as multiplying by 1. I'm not changing anything. 9/10 minus 6/10. Okay, so let me do this one first because this is the easiest. So 9/10 minus 6/10 is 3/10. So that's my first one. And now I've got 7/8 minus 16/8. So I'm going to pretend I've got like a little 1/8 block over here, and I've got 7 of those. Okay, 7 of those. And I've got, I can't take away 16, so I have to add 0 pairs, 1/8 and negative 1/8, and I have 16 of those. So when I take away 16, I take away all those, and now I have 16 negative 1/8, but 7 of those I can 0 pair. So I'm gonna have a 0 pair, and then 7 of the all these 7 are going to disappear, but 7 of these -1/8 are going to disappear, and I'm going to have 9 -1/8. So I'm going to have -9/8 m, and that really comes from 7 minus 16 is equal to -9. Okay, but you can see how we do it visually there. So I've got -9/8, and here I'm just going to press the slash key, times m plus 3/10. Okay, that's easier for me to do than clicking all those buttons. Okay, so I got 3 out of 4. I'm going to have to go back and do that to get 4 out of 4. If you got one wrong, make sure you go back and you get 100% on Khan Academy.